Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Dreamy Paths podcast, sponsored by Academy of Dreams. This is our fourth podcast, if you can believe it, Sandy.
Wow.
I know it's been almost a whole month. You just seem so just ecstatic.
Like, woohoo, we're on number 4.
This is number 4. Come on now. This is awesome.
This is your time to subscribe.
It is.
Hit the subscribe
Please like,
button.
subscribe.
Just do a little beep.
Comment, ring that bell.
Is there a bell?
There is a bell. It lets you know when the post goes live, and it gives you a little notification on your phone.
Okay, well, see, I just learned something, so ring the bell.
Ring the bell, too. Ring that bell.
Because we would love to have you aboard to watch or
we
listen.
We would. Our podcast comes out every Monday, and yeah, please
Tuesday.
be on the. Is it Tuesday?
Monday or Tuesday.
Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
Right, we're gonna have to cut that, aren't we?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So Sandy.
Yeah.
Why don't we go ahead and answer our trivia question from last week?
Okay.
You want to go ahead and do that?
Yeah, I will. So we mentioned in our last episode that Kevin bought a new vehicle. And so our trivia question that Kevin mentioned a couple times on the podcast was, what kind of vehicle did Kevin buy? And we had some really good responses, and we had some that were close, but nobody got it correctly.
Very close.
So the answer is a Ford EcoSport. And we had, what was the one, Ford Focus, I think?
Escape.
Escape.
I think
we had people who said
very close.
Ford Escape, which is close, but Kevin informed me it's the smaller version.
It's the smaller version of it. It's the Eco or the EcoSport.
So that is the vehicle. So we put everybody into a little poll, and we picked a winner.
We did.
Winner, chicken dinner.
We did.
But it's actually soup.
It is.
winner, soup. So
technically, it could be a chicken dinner at that point.
It could be.
If you're having your soup for dinner.
Chicken pot pie.
Exactly.
Yeah,
or chicken and rice.
Soup. Yeah, or chicken and rice soup.
Or creamy chicken.
Yeah. So we have Zach, who actually is one of our clients here.
Yeah.
And Zach is going to be a winner of a $1 coupon for the soup of his choice. Yeah. And we will help guide him whatever good choices
Absolutely.
to make.
Whatever he wants out of there is we'll get him hooked up with it.
What's your favorite soup? That we make.
The cabbage roll.
Really?
Yeah.
Cabbage?
Yeah, I love our cabbage roll. Okay. It's so good.
I wasn't expecting you to
say
that.
And the Mexican cheese. It's between the two. Yeah. Between the two.
Because you like the Fritos in your Mexican cheese soup, right?
Those so good. In fact, I might get one tonight to have for dinner tonight.
Yeah, for sure. So mine is the stuffed pepper. I don't know. I never liked stuffed pepper my entire life. And
you do something interesting with the stuffed pepper that I did not think, and it is such a neat idea for it. And you put it over noodles.
Over egg noodles.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just, I think our soups are so thick it's like a meal.
It is. And, they definitely are a meal.
Big meal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I had noodles in my soup. I was thick, and I just put it on the plate, and it kind of all meshed together. And
you found
it
yourself
tasted really,
found yourself a new dish.
Yeah. I did.
It's a very unique way to eat our soup.
Yeah, it's really good. So if any of you who have purchased our soup, let us know in the comments or text or whatever that what is your favorite soup. We'd love to know what your soup is, or if you eat it a certain way, like Kevin uses Fritos, I use egg noodles.
Do you eat it cold? Is it more of what is that type of soup? Gazpacho?
I thought it was
Gazpacho,
borscht.
I think is how it's pronounced. It might be. I know
What's
there's
the borscht soup?
I know that's made with beets.
The
most.
Borscht? Isn't that cold?
It might be.
Borscht.
I know.
I don't know.
I know gazpacho. I think is the one. You're saying it right.
Borscht.
Yeah. Good. Well, I'm not sure if that T is so sharp.
It's a DT.
What you call me?
Just kidding.
But yeah, anything like I said, you put it over noodles or you have it for breakfast. Who knows? Just let us know what your favorite type of soup is and how you eat it, because we're always curious and come up with new ideas. So who knows?
Yeah. Who knows what they're going to pick? But, with another thing I'm always thinking about, because it's waffle day.
Is it now?
Yeah. So how do you feel about that? Are you pancakes or are you waffles? I'm
waffles all day.
Yeah, me too.
Waffles.
Me
Pancakes can go.
Yeah. I kind of feel the same. You know, and who doesn't love Disney Mickey waffle?
Oh, so good.
I mean,
So good. Like
you know,
Belgian
we
waffles,
just-
like that.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they're like so good.
I think there's a time and a place for pancakes, and it's not
Probably for breakfast.
Well, no. Well, in theory, yes, correct.
But I know some people do eat it for dinner, for
True.
sure. Yeah.
True. But I like waffles for sure. But I do mine with peanut butter and cinnamon.
And your waffle? Mm-hmm. That doesn't sound like something I would enjoy.
I'm coming from the person
I-
who loves Reese's.
Yeah, but not on my waffle.
So you're telling me if you
It sounded really dumb, but I don't really
That's
want,
fair. No,
I don't want
that's
a
okay.
Reese's on my waffle.
well, what if somebody offered you a Reese's waffle? Would you try it?
Probably not. You know how picky I am.
You are
know,
picky.
I probably,
Oh, you're
I don't know.
picky.
It doesn't sound like, you know, that commercial. Like
You're gonna have to be way more descriptive
it's
than
like
that,
at
Sandy.
Easter, and they say, "You stuck your Reese's in my peanut butter. You stuck
Oh,
your peanut butter in
my chocolate.
Reese's."
Yeah,
Yeah. So did they feel back then when they filmed it? Is that what people were thinking?
I hope so.
So they were thinking the same thing with the waffles.
Probably.
Like
Well, how do you eat your Belgian waffles or your Mickey
Like-
waffle?
just syrup.
Do you put fruit,
Oh, no.
whipped cream, any of that stuff on there?
No.
All right.
No.
All right. Cam, what about
Butter.
you?
I'm waffles all day.
Waffles all day. Chocolate chip
chip
waffles.
waffles.
All right. All right.
Okay.
I think pancakes for me would be at the very bottom out of like your breakfast stuff, like waffles, French toast. Ooh, jinx. Dutch baby. If you've never had one of
Dutch
those,
baby?
that's what they're called.
I don't know. I don't
Did
like the way you said that.
Did I say that weird?
You said
Did I say
weird.
it odd?
It's like a weird way you said it.
Dutch baby.
Okay, that sounded better.
Is that better? I didn't mean to say it
Dutch
weird.
baby.
Oh, I can say it like that if you want me to. But yeah, like that with like powdered sugar and lemon, very, very good.
Biscuits
Lemon.
and gravy.
Yeah, no gravy.
Biscuits and gravy.
and honey.
Both are good.
I
Both
just do
are
the
good.
honey. And KFC, I don't know. They win in biscuits for sure.
Really?
Biscuits and
You-
coleslaw.
Okay.
And chicken pot pie. I'm not going to
Oh
lie.
my,
That's what
that's
I
a
get for
hot
lunch.
take. I know that is what you have for lunch.
It was really good.
Well, and the nice part is, at least for them, like that pot pie is cheap. Like it's
It is,
relatively
yeah.
cheap, and you get a big
And it's
meal
good.
with it.
It's
Agreed.
pretty filling
I am a
for
Popeyes
sure.
guy though, so I will debate you
So
on chicken.
what about
on
what's
KFC.
another favorite thing how about Texas Roadhouse?
You know,
I love Texas.
do you now? I
Yes, I
actually
do.
prefer. I like Texas Roadhouse, but
The
I-
Dallas steak over there.
It's very good.
It's like,
It's
and their
very
rolls
good.
are like really
oh
good.
yeah, don't they have the? It's the cinnamon butter.
Yeah,
that
they have
oh,
the cinnamon, which
so
I just
good.
use the plain butter.
That's
but
fair.
I do have a story about
I know
Texas
you do, and I
Roadhouse.
really want you to tell it because honestly, for everyone listening, I have been here for almost 3 years at the academy. My 3-year anniversary is coming up, and this is by far one of my absolute favorite stories. So, Sandy, would you
Yeah.
please tell the Texas Roadhouse story for us?
I would love to.
Yes.
So, and it's a story of my little Mikey.
Is it now? Is it now?
He will always bring laughter to me
Oh,
for sure.
that boy.
Mike
boy.
went there for his birthday with his dad. His dad had picked him up and wanted to take him to a birthday dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So when Mike came home, I asked Mike, I said, so how was your weekend with Dad? And he's like, it was good. And I'm like, what did you do? And he goes, we just went to Daddy's whorehouse. And I didn't even know how to respond to that. And I'm like,
I'm
like,
same position. I would have
I'm
no
like,
idea.
wait, what, Mike? And he repeated it again. And like I should know about
What-
this place.
yeah,
which
about
I
Daddy's
obviously
whorehouse.
don't know
Yeah,
this,
you should
know.
absolutely know about
This is
it.
obviously like a PG-13
Correct.
podcast right
You're
now.
right. Correct.
You know?
A little bit above the. But,
Yeah, let's raise our rating a little bit there.
Just a little.
And so he kept saying it over and over. And he goes, and then, Daddy shines the light on them. And I am like, wow, this is getting really bad, really, really bad and everything. So I'm like, say it one more time. And then he said it, and I realized he was saying Texas Roadhouse is what he was trying to say with that lovely little lisp he has. That I did not make that out as
so
to
good. It's so
what
funny.
what it was. And so yeah, so every time. Now everyone knows this story,
Right.
and now everybody really knows this story.
Everybody
who's
knows
watching
this. It's
podcast
so good.
now. But when we pass it, anytime we pass it, that is one thing that Mike will say, and he'll be like,
Every time.
"Hey, Mr. Kevin, you want to go to Daddy's Warehouse?" And
It's
just
funny,
like a thing now.
It's funny
And
every time.
He doesn't know why we're laughing at
He doesn't.
him,
He doesn't. And it's not. We're not laughing at him. We're laughing.
It's with just the innocence of how he just doesn't know how to say it.
And it's and it's perfect.
It is
Like,
perfect the way he
perfect.
says it, but yeah, so
Wonderful
we
story.
love it.
I love
We
that story.
Texas Roadhouse.
That is
and if anyone from Texas Roadhouse is listening, you can thank Mike for
Yes.
us just putting in a plug for you.
Absolutely,
that,
you are welcome.
Mike loves Texas Roadhouse, and he loves when you shine the light on people for their birthdays.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah,
So good.
So what kind of food do you like then besides Texas Roadhouse? I guess in the rolls and.
You mean like from Texas Roadhouse or just like
No,
in
I think
general?
just anything in general.
You know, I guess like one of my favorite things to do, especially now that it's like we're starting to get a little bit warmer. I have a wood pellet smoker grill that I love to do smoked bacon, like smoked ham and bacon and things like that. I actually like to do it for breakfast. I'll do I'll go down to Eastern Market, which is here in Michigan, down near Detroit, and they have like kiosks that do like meats and everything else, and I'll go and get farmer's cut bacon, candy it, and smoke it myself, and do breakfast in the morning.
My ex-brother-in-law, he my sister's husband. My sister's husband, yeah. He actually almost put my garage on fire because he put bacon on the grill, and it was right underneath my garage. And when that bacon hit, and it was just one poof.
Oh,
So I'm like,
God.
who does that? Okay.
And I'm literally telling you that I do
Yeah,
that.
I know. And
Yeah.
that's what made me think about it. And I was like, yeah, so be careful.
I
because,
certainly will. Well, my grill's electric, so you have to
well,
plug
that
it
makes
in.
a
It makes it a little
difference. Yeah, that
safer.
makes
Not
it-
by much, but enough.
Oh, well, yeah, ours was propane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's
And
electric.
it didn't go well with the bacon.
No, you
I-
definitely have to be careful. Definitely have
No.
to be careful. What about you, Sandy? If you had to pick your perfect meal, what would you pick?
Steak.
Yeah.
Steak and potatoes. Meat and potatoes for sure. 100%. And it's funny because since we have this house right now, we're trying to make up a menu for the month. And I can do the kids' menu here all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But trying to think of dinners
Yep.
that everybody can eat
Yeah.
because we have so many different food allergens, and it's tough. So that would be something that would be nice if somebody listening to us has an easy, kid-friendly meal that,
Maybe a
we
little
can
bit more
start-
budget, maybe budget, a little bit
Yeah, for
budget friendly and
sure.
things like that.
Yeah, and kid-friendly.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
they don't like all the sophisticated, nor do I.
Right.
Well,
I mean,
but-
we're not going to go over there. I mean, I'm sure they would enjoy it, but like lobster mac and cheese, probably
I don't
not
think
on the
they even
menu.
would. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like that's not. Yeah, they would all turn their nose.
And the only
up.
reason I said that is because
'Cause
that's
you know
one of
I
my.
don't like it.
But
Oh.
but you know I do.
Yeah,
It's one of my favorites.
Because we went to someplace in Rochester.
You took me
with
there for my
For your birthday,
birthday.
yeah, that's what we.
The
went
Rochester
there.
Bar and Grill.
And they had that lobster.
They did.
Yeah.
They had lobster mac, and then we went to Holy Cannoli.
Yeah. We had a whole bunch of staff there
We
too.
did.
I remember we
We
did a
did.
whole little
That was
staff
fun.
outing. And,
That was so cool.
Yeah, we did. That was a lot of fun.
And then we went out for ice cream after.
Wow. That's a given because, Modern Cone has my favorite saying that it's cheaper than therapy.
It is.
So
It is cheaper than therapy.
And I totally believe that. That's why I eat so much ice cream, and I'm not in therapy. Which,
You just sneeze a lot though.
yeah, chocolate.
The chocolate, yeah.
Anything,
That's a fun
chocolate,
one.
I
If you guys
think.
didn't know, Sandy sneezes every time she eats chocolate. It could be in literally anything. It could be a milkshake. It could be a cookie. Whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
100%.
Which I didn't know was a thing,
And
but
the
apparently
funny
it is.
thing is my daughter Casey has started the same habit now,
That's right.
and not habit, allergy.
Yeah, habit.
And she hates me for it, And she started way younger than I did.
Really?
I started it like in the last 10 years. She's like, in
she's
her
my
30s.
age, yeah. She's my age.
She's got the problem now. So I'm like, oh,
Wow.
sorry about that.
I wonder
Yeah.
what causes that.
I got nothing.
Because that is, you two are the only ones that I know that
Yeah.
have that.
Oh yeah, and she's
Wild.
just like me. Well, I always say she is just like
She
me. She's
100% is
just
like you.
me. Yeah.
So since we're talking about food and everything, Sandy, Have we mentioned that we've kind of landed on an official name for our toaster pastries and things like that we're doing here at Dreamy Soup and More?
Yeah, we have. So those Pop-Tarts that going to give a shout out to the mayor of Fraser.
Yeah.
If he's listening too, he really will tell you about our Pop-Tarts.
He will. He absolutely will.
He really, really enjoys them, and he's a more frequent customer, we'll say.
And we definitely appreciate him.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And if you don't know him, it's Mayor Michael Lessich.
Lessich. Yes.
And
we apologize if we said that incorrectly, but it is.
But if you see him, ask him. Don't take it from me.
Yeah,
ask him about it. So we were trying to think of a name, and since Mike is part of this company, we came up with Mike Bites. So it's our name for our Pop-Tarts that are doing well, right now. And we actually going to real soon be talking about a lot of our In More treats that are coming to Dreamy.
Absolutely.
To our Dreamy.
Absolutely. Trying to think. I think we have how many flavors of the Mike Bites? I think we're at like
5, 6.
6 or 7.
Yeah.
I think is what we're at.
Or maybe there's a flavor we haven't even tried yet. There's a lot.
Oh, there's a lot of flavors
that we have to
that we're
kind of experiment with, and and see.
Yeah, we're gonna experiment. I know we've got like I think 5 or 6 that are gonna be like our core currently, and then we're gonna kind of experiment with some more, kind of test them out and like limited batches and see how they do.
And we'll call the mayor.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll say, come on in and taste test. If you want to taste test, let me know.
Yeah,
we always have time to
for anybody's listening and you really, we come up with a great idea for us, a really cool flavor combination and stuff. Hey, if we make it and then you're the one who suggested it, I might hook you up with some as well.
Might
so you guys
have a
can
special surprise.
Yeah, for sure. You never know
with that. Yeah, so we're getting excited because we're trying to get everything ready for our big grand day. So I will share with you that on April 1st, and this is not an April Fool's joke.
It is not an April Fool's joke.
But April 1st is going to be the day that Dreamy Soup will be open. It's pretty exciting that we're going to be open to serve the public now. And it will be open every day, Monday through Thursday, 3 to 7 p.m. We will post this also on our
we'll post everything online.
Also too. Then Friday and Saturday and Sunday, it will be 11 to 7 until we can figure out the hours. Until we see we have to do some tweaking a little bit, but right now the staff is pretty excited. Everybody wants hours to be able to be part of this, so we're just gonna do it every day right now and see what happens.
Very excited.
But we are super excited for all of you guys to see some of our treats, try some of our soup, and just
come hang out and experience and be part of the community.
Get a reward card.
Absolutely.
Oh, and the big thing, those sweet tickets.
You're correct.
So we have some Tiger sweet tickets. We have 2 that we will be raffling off through that week there.
Through opening week.
Yeah, and you do not need to be present to win. We will have a thing for you to fill out, and we will pick the winner. We'll pick it on air, right? Yeah, we're going to pick it on here.
I love that.
So somebody will find out very quickly if they won or not. So another reason, hit the subscribe button so you know, because you never know what day we're gonna do it. It's an important day for sure.
Absolutely. We technically started Dreamy back in 2023, if you can believe it.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, that's crazy.
And we figured we only started, I think, with 10 soups. I think
it was the real basic
They
ones
were very
too.
basic.
Well, we actually did it when we were in Florida with the staff.
That's right. We tested. What soup did we do?
Tomato.
That's right. We did tomato.
Yeah, we
the
did
creamy
the
tomato
soup in Florida to see if we could actually do it. And it was with hardly any utensils, I remember.
Oh,
and then we
God, we had
bought
nothing.
all the seasonings, and I had to take them all home.
That's right.
Because we just
Thank
did
God
like
none of
a
them spilled in
pinch
your
of
bag.
anything. Well, who knows? Maybe
They might have.
did,
I don't know.
yeah.
Have you unpacked since then?
No.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
so
I figured.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, like I said, we started with the creamy tomato, and then we came back and started researching some more recipes of
Yeah.
what ones. I think our odd one out of the first 10, I think it was cheeseburger. I think it was one of our first ones.
I think you're right.
Like kind of our more unique ones.
one. Yeah, it was. I believe you're right on that one.
And then
Yeah, that is a pretty popular one still.
it's a
though.
great soup.
Yeah,
It's
a lot
just
of people-
again, it's unique.
They say it tastes like Hamburger Helper, only better. Who knows what
That's a
everyone
good
said.
one.
That's
It's
what
not as much
everyone-
salt.
Well, yeah,
That's the one thing.
We are way more healthier
we
than,
definitely,
than that one,
and that's
for
one
sure.
thing that like I think we've made a very big prominent like strive with our soups is not only are they no preservatives,
Right.
no artificial colors or flavors or
Exactly.
anything like that, but we have drastically reduced all of the salts that go into our soup
Right.
just because we know how
For sure, yeah.
that's not good. So, but we try to do our best to make sure that you guys are
Yeah.
getting a great product. So.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's pretty exciting for sure. So
Absolutely.
I'm excited to have the grand opening. I'm excited for people to see it
Mm-hmm.
and get to meet some more people. We've met a lot of really good people with just this little.
We absolutely
you know.
have. We have really, especially in 2025, I
Yeah.
think really we've, kind of grown our community here.
Well,
We've really met some
even,
cool people.
Like the
and-
social media, like thanks to
Oh
Cam.
yeah,
We have like
this dude right here.
I
Big
wanna
round of
say-
applause for
yeah,
Cam. Shout out in the
exactly.
comments and everything for
Shout
Cam
out to
here.
Cam.
Absolutely.
We have like 10,400 or
Crazy.
some people looking at our stuff now.
Crazy.
Love
Love
where
it.
we
We
had,
love you guys.
Seriously, we probably had 100, or something.
If that.
Yeah,
If
that.
that.
And now it's just like I look on the thing and I see 10,400 and something. I'm like, holy crap, that's a lot of people have seen our information,
and it's something that actually I sent to Cam last night. It was, because YouTube has their own algorithms and things like that. And knowing now, I think it's more weighted based off of subscribers.
Oh.
So like the more subscribers we have, the more our videos are seen by others.
Yeah.
So I heard about that a little bit. So
Yeah.
if you haven't subscribed, please do. Appreciate you.
We have to do it. Push that button,
so
ring that bell.
I'm sure you might get a couple of comments, but I think this is kind of a cool story. If you wouldn't mind saying or telling the significance as to why April
what?
1st
Oh.
for Dreamy
I guess
Soup
I should
opening,
say that.
maybe.
Yeah, I should
Why
say
is that
that.
day so special?
So my mother's birthday was April 1st. And so as a kid growing up, we played jokes on my mom all the time.
Why would
She
you not?
never knew what was going to happen,
Right.
If
If
and
your
my-
birthday's on April 1st,
Exactly.
absolutely.
And my dad was like so into it. He would be like, "Oh, what are we going to do for your mom this year?"
Aw,
and
that's
everything.
awesome.
And so we would like really think these
Yeah.
stories out of what could we do. I remember the one year we had like a lighted up skull and we put it in the refrigerator and she opened up the door and saw that skull there. I remember that one
my
for sure.
God.
And I heard her go, "Ah!" and everything. We're like, "Sorry." And she's like, "I hate you guys," and everything. But
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a real good one.
so when my mom was in the hospital
Mm-hmm.
and I had gone in to see her and she had on her little ID bracelet on her arm,
Sure.
and I was just looking at it, and my mom's name was Nicoletta.
It's a
And
beautiful
yeah,
name. I
it's
don't
a-
think you've ever told me her
yeah.
full name.
it's Nicoletta Kelly Carajalios.
Wow.
Yeah, very Greek.
Very Greek. But Nicoletta.
Yeah,
that's
Nicoletta.
a beautiful name.
And I
My
can tell
goodness.
you how many people spelt it wrong because she spelt it with an H, not a K. It was like people would be N-I-K,
CH?
and she just spelled it N-I-C-H, yes.
Yeah.
O-L-E-T-T-A.
Wow.
And
Okay.
And so it got I was looking, which that was spelled right.
Right.
On there. And I looked and it said March 31st, 1931. Okay. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, I go, Mom, they have your wrong birthday down. She goes,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's no big deal. Just let it go. Don't make a big scene, Sandy. I don't want them coming in here. My mom
Sounds
hated.
like she's really backpedaling.
Oh,
on this
she
real quick.
hated being in a hospital and she
Sure.
doesn't want nothing. So I'm like, I don't know, Mom. I said, for meds and everything, you should probably have the right numbers on
Yeah.
you. So the nurse came in and I said, my mom's number is wrong on her birthday. And she goes, oh my gosh, are you kidding? I'm like, yeah. And my mom's like, it's no big deal. And so the nurse came back. She goes, no. She goes, we have a copy of her license and it's showing March 31st. And I was so confused. And so I'm like, Mom, why wouldn't you go? April Fools.
Oh,
And I was like, wait, what? So
the
for
longest con.
all those years.
The longest con.
All those years, we all thought her birthday was April Fool's
Oh.
Day. And it was actually March 31st.
Look-
And then she started, she goes, well, it was at midnight. And I'm like, oh, bull crap, Mom. You're, bull crap.
Oh.
So my dad had been passed for like 8 years at that
Sure.
point. And so I said, oh my gosh, did Dad know? Because I kept thinking of all these jokes
Yeah,
we made
everything.
out of my mom's birthday.
Yeah.
She goes, well, he does now. And I was like, Dad didn't even know. And she's like, no, nobody knew. My mom kept that secret
For her whole life.
forever. So
And let you all
and
play
let
along
us-
the whole time.
for years. Yeah.
Wow.
And I laughed at my dad didn't even know.
Yeah.
But seriously, who looks at your license?
No one.
And even if you did, you're not going to look at their birth date
No.
on there,
Just
You're
going to
not
see if it's
gonna-
valid.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly. Yeah. So I thought April 1st because it was coming up, and it always makes me smile day because I laugh at how she was, a jokester like that. And
She conned the
me,
whole
and I
life.
thought, what a perfect day to have the birthday of Dreamy Soup and More.
I love it.
So,
I love it.
hey, if anybody has a funny April Fool's joke,
Yes.
I love to tell them on
That was-
podcasts.
yeah.
That would be fun to kind of tell people.
Yeah, different stories and things like
different
that.
stories
Yeah,
of
yeah.
April Fool jokes. And
For sure.
I did tell the kids today, I said, April Fool's is coming up. You may or may not have a trick. So I got to find something now, that we can do, to trick them. And I haven't
could we
thought,
do?
I don't know.
What can we do?
I don't know. We got to really think because I think it would be a lot of fun.
Like the whole day, like little things.
Yeah, it would be fun.
We'll think of something.
I think
And if you
so.
guys have any ideas, comment
Yeah.
below and let us
this
know.
is time to let us know. Give us some ideas here. And along with April 1st, one of my other favorite days besides
Tell me.
my birthday, because
Yeah,
that's
that's
always a big day for me too.
It's not just a day, though.
It's not a day.
It's not a day.
Is March 21st is Down Syndrome
Yes.
Awareness Day, and I love that day because I have learned so much about it. If you don't know, March 21st is Down Syndrome Awareness Day, and the reason is because there's 3 X's on your 21st chromosome. So hence the 321, which I always thought was a cool thing to remember.
Very cool way to do it.
And I had talked to Cam before. I would like to do like a Down syndrome podcast. I get asked a lot of questions,
Sure.
about Down syndrome.
I think it's important.
I do too.
like
I
if
think
you
all
just kind of
disabilities.
just kind of field some questions and things like that, and really just kind of deep dive into it. I think would be really cool.
100%. And I was just kind of looking through my Down syndrome stuff, earlier, and it's Down syndrome is 1 in 700 now. Okay, births.
Really?
But when I was pregnant with Mike, it was 1 in 1,800. So I think that's interesting that 30 years later, that it's increased.
That
more
are like
so.
it's been better. It's being better able to be diagnosed and things like that.
I don't know.
That'd be an interesting topic to kind of dive into.
Yeah,
It's just
I
like the
think
trend of it.
Yeah,
and things
I think
like that.
it's just really different. Like, is it was it a environmental thing? Who knows?
Interesting.
I know one of the things that I was told was that Down syndrome lacks folic acid and vitamin C. And one of the things I remember through my pregnancy is I couldn't stomach those at all. So his body was rejecting it probably, but I didn't realize it until way after.
That's fascinating.
But I could not, anything with zinc or like orange juice with zinc. Oh my God, I was like in the bathroom like, oh yeah, not going to
Really?
happen. Yeah. And I thought that was kind of after Mike's pediatrician was telling me that he was doing a study on it. And I know a lot of people now who have younger Down syndrome children are doing all this vitamin studies now to see if their disabilities are not as strong, or I don't know what word to use for it. But it's interesting to see if it is zinc. I don't know. I haven't looked at any of the studies.
I'd be very curious to see what's coming, like just more like studies into that.
Yeah,
and
it's
interesting.
really interesting how how that happens, but I just think that it's important for people to know, even if you, I mean, to know the science is always something I enjoy learning,
me too.
but just people in general knowing things that you have to look for and do with, when you have a child, with Down syndrome.
Yeah.
And we have quite a few Down syndrome in our room, and they're all different. They're
Every one of them.
so different.
Every one of them.
And as I was looking, I found this quote on the Down syndrome, their website, and it said, "We wouldn't change him for the world, but we would like to change the world for him." And I think that is true.
I love that.
I don't even think it's just Down syndrome. I think it's for any of this group that we have. I don't care if they're autistic or cerebral palsy or Fragile X, anything, any type of disability, any type of human, and, that's why I always say, be kind, be kind, be kind, because if there was more of that, I think
more compassion.
It would be a lot better, for
100%.
everybody. But
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, I have always said, has, especially probably the last 20 years or 25 years, I think he has changed myself for the better.
Me too.
And it's not just, again, Mike. It's like a lot Down syndrome. It's any special need. Again, it's not just Down syndrome. But if people get to know them, I love when people come in here who have never worked with special needs, and they come in and it's like, this is the best ever, and they'll fill your bucket
every day,
for sure,
every day.
And they get the things that they get mad at is when people don't understand them, and I just think if we are such good advocates for what we do, to
Agreed.
Keep spreading the word out there.
Agreed, 100%.
And even if it doesn't have to be Academy of Dreams, although I would love the plug,
Absolutely.
But I mean, anybody just saying, working with special needs, it's pretty cool. I mean, my granddaughters have been around, Mike, obviously since birth, and they treat him, that's Uncle Mike, and one of my oldest daughter, Tara's, one of her friends that she went all through school with, and he told me one time, he said, I didn't even know anything was wrong with Mike. It was just Mikey. And then everyone starts saying Mikey has Down syndrome. I didn't even know what that was. And I go, well, none of us did. It was way before phones and all that. And I thought it was kind of nice that it was just, it's just Mikey.
That's it.
Yeah.
He is who he is.
He is who he is.
Yep.
And, and if people would change and appreciate them and talk to them and get to know them.
Because 100%, like since I started here,
Yeah.
and because I'm same boat, I've never worked with the special needs community
Right.
or anything like that
Right.
before where I worked, and coming in here and just knowing that I'm here for them, and I'm making a difference.
But
for them.
are you? Or
are they doing it
you for you?
And I think it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street.
Yeah.
My heart is in this for them, but they also absolutely, like you said, they have taught me a lot.
Without
patience,
even thinking about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And to don't worry about the little things. Yes. It's like, their worry is what's for dinner tonight.
Oh yeah, Mikey asks me every day, "What's for lunch?
What's for lunch?
Yeah.
What's for dinner?"
Yep. He's more concerned about what he's eating.
Oh yeah,
that's it.
It's like it better be something I like, and it better be in that 4 food group. Pizza, cheeseburger, fries,
noodles,
pasta.
And McDonald's.
Yeah, and if it's not, boy, oh boy, some words are going to come out.
Yep, 100%. 100%.
But I do, in serious, I would like to, if somebody wants to talk about any special need, I feel we're pretty proficient in it now.
Absolutely.
That we're pretty expert.
Yeah, if you have questions, concerns, issues,
anything.
like you're worried about something, you have a child that is special needs, or you have a niece, nephew, doesn't matter.
Right.
Feel free to reach out to us. We would love to answer your questions, and
we'll find the answer.
Yeah,
and we'll find the right answer.
Yeah, we'll find the right answer for you too. Like whether it's on the podcast, if you feel like you want it to be a topic, or if it's a personal question.
Yeah.
We'd be happy to answer those, because we understand, we get it, and we have the resources, and then at least some of the knowledge to be able to point you in the right direction. So.
Right. For
like I said,
sure.
we love you, and we want you to know that we are here for you.
Okay, so let's end with our trivia
I
question.
love it. Let's go.
One of Mike's favorite things is to go to musicals.
Mm-hmm.
And we did have the pleasure of going to one of Cam's friends was in a musical, Tarzan, this past weekend.
Which we also found out they are an inclusive
Yeah.
theater group. So in the background, and like a lot of the like big stage stuff, they had
Yeah.
a ton of special needs.
It was awesome.
It was great. It was super
awesome.
cool.
And
It
I
was
want
all
to give a
inclusive.
shout out to
Yes.
them too. They did a great job.
It was a
RWB Theater Company.
RWB Theater Company. Check them out. Check them out
Phenomenal.
on Facebook.
They did great.
Everything. And again, it was a very entertaining night.
Absolutely.
And the play was done very well.
It
was
very,
good.
very was. And
It was really good.
It was a great play.
So our trivia
Hit me with it.
is in Tarzan, without looking up, without Googling, or we'll put the first one in, but try
Yeah.
not to Google it. What is Jane's last name? It's said in there.
It is. It
It's
is.
said in there a couple times. So with that, you can let us know. Don't forget to subscribe.
Yes.
And we have more news coming all
Absolutely.
week long.
Okay.
So if you hit the subscribe, you'll know when we're on because sometimes it might not be on a Monday or a Tuesday.
It's true. It's true.
Right.
So wherever you get your podcasts, whether that's Spotify, Apple, YouTube Music, please check us out on social media as well. We are on Instagram, Facebook, and
TikTok.
TikTok. That's right.
TikTok,
And we just wanted to say thank you.
Yeah. And let's double it to 20,000.
absolutely
Let's go
keep
for
it going. Keep it going for
us.
us.
We appreciate it. We appreciate all of them
We
out
do.
there. And if you have any added things that you would like us to talk about, we'll talk all day long. Yeah.
Sandy and I'll say you want a 4-hour podcast. We'll give you a 4-hour
it to you.
podcast.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know
So
if Cam will, but
he will. He's
He'll
just
be
going to have
like,
to get a couple
yeah.
more SD cards.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I said, we thank you. We love you. Thank you for listening. And we will see you soon.
Yeah, enjoy the day.
Absolutely.
Toodles.
Bye, y'all.